We are live, baby. We are live. Live in the wreck, live in the wreck, live in the wreck, live in the wreck. It's your boy, always real, never fake. Alex RAwTAlk is in the building. And like I told you guys before, I let my daughter have my microphone. I want to invest in a better mic. But what I'm going to do later on, guys, is invest even more. I never own an iPad, but the iPads are boss. You can add keyboards to them and all that. And I'm thinking about that the next time that I'm going to upgrade from a computer, I'm just going to buy me an iPad, and have like a little keyboard, have the little like case for it that it could fold up and I could do live streams because iPads have better front facing cameras than the actual computers. And that's what I'm looking for. And I'm not trying to spend an arm and a leg. So now that I thought about that, when T-Mobile was offering me the what was it, the iPad, two iPad, what is it, 16As, the 16A, the one that I bought my girl in pink, they had a blue one. I'm thinking that I should have bought it. It was only going to be like 20 something dollars a month, like 26 with taxes. So I would have been paying like, let's say almost 60 bucks a month for two iPads with unlimited data and 15 gigs of hotspot. So I'm thinking I should have just done it. You know what I'm saying? Because the freaking iPad I think has like a what 10 megapixel front facing camera, full HD. So it would have looked it better than the cameras that I got on these computers, to be completely honest. More clear, more in depth, more more. So the next time that when this computer gives out on me, I'm just gonna get a an iPad. Or T-Mobile, T-Mobile should get their hands on that new Neo computer from Apple, their most affordable computer. The freaking Neo. Then that would be awesome. You know what I'm saying? If they was to get the Neo, if they was to sit here and get the you know the MacBook, I don't even say I don't know if it's gonna be. Yeah, I think the MacBook. Yeah, it's called the MacBook Neo, which is only 599, and you can split that into 24 months. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. I would really invest into T-Mobile if they was to get the Neo. Seriously. The Neo looks like a good computer. What's up, guys? What's good? OG Tech. What's good, TJ? What's good to everybody? The Neo is definitely a nice looking computer. And like I said, I really like it. So I would definitely invest in that. I would definitely buy that computer off of T-Mobile and finance it through T-Mobile. T-Mobile needs to broaden their horizon when it comes to computers. All they got is a piece of crap Chromebook that only has, I think it's like 32 gigs for like 250. Nah, bro. Stop worrying about Chromebooks. Get on board. Talk to Apple. Mike Seberg, before you leave. Talk to Apple. Talk to Tim Cook and get this deal going. Get these affordable computers over to the T-Mobile side. Because if you guys are thinking that you guys are not going to make no money and people will not finance computers with you guys, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Yes, they would. Yes, you. Because I'll be one of the first ones to finance a laptop from T-Mobile if you guys had a better variety than Chromebook with 32 gigs. Yeah, no, I'm Gucci. The camera sucks and the front facing camera, so yeah, no, you guys need to give up on that. Need to give up on that. You need to get the Neo. That would be a great financing option. You know, a great financing option. Seriously, a really really good financing option. So guys, this live stream is going to be centered around mobile. You know what I'm saying? Me trying to get these mobile carriers to give us better things to finance if they want to keep us. Like people don't really think this, right? Just like cable uses um the mobile service to keep you with them because they're like, oh well, if you cancel your cable service, then your bill's going to go up on mobile, like Xfinity Mobile. Xfinity Mobile, you get a discount because you're a Comcast customer slash Xfinity customer. If you leave them or you cancel your internet with them, then your Xfinity mobile service will go up. You get what I'm saying? It will go up. So at the end of the day, it's up to you on what is it that you're gonna stick with. You get what I'm saying? It's up to you on what what you're gonna do. So right now, the cell phone companies are doing the same thing. When you have mobile service with T-Mobile, right, and you got T-Mobile home internet, are you gonna think about leaving T-Mobile? No, because you got the home internet. And in order to have the home internet, you have to have T-Mobile service. You cannot cancel your T-Mobile service and keep your home internet. I don't even think that's a possibility. With Metro, it's the same thing. You're a Metro customer. You stay with Metro because of the service and because you got home internet with them. I got home internet with Metro right now. And like I said, it's working good. It's working really, really, really good. Really, really, really good. So, I can't complain. Am I live streaming over Metro home internet? No, because the password is so long and my back pain is still there. Like I know you guys seen the video I did speed testing out the ER. Yes, I was in the hospital yesterday from uh 4:30. Yeah, it was like 4:30 in the afternoon all the way to like 8:30. So almost 5 hours. And I was in pain. I felt very discomfort. So they gave me some pain medicine that I'm supposed to go pick up tomorrow. They're anti-inflammatory. Well, I got some upstairs. I'm about to just take some after I eat because you gotta eat first before taking that strong medicine. And it like soothes the pain and it's gonna take the inflammation that I have on my back with my back muscles. Because I basically really took a toll on my muscles on my back. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta take care of myself. I'm not getting any younger. I'll be 44 this year, so I'm not getting any younger. So, like I said, besides that, Verizon performed better on the iPhone 15 Pro. So Gemini was right when Gemini said, "Oh, because of the Mega MIMO, and better aggregation with the bands, your visible line would be better off on the freaking iPhone 15 Pro, and your Cricket line would be better off on the 14 Pro because, you know, let's be honest, AT&T and T-Mobile don't rely on millimeter wave. That's Verizon. So even better, millimeter wave connection, which you guys seen. Yes, I mean the other day when I speed tested it. So by switching the phone, right, the service from the 14 Pro to the 15 Pro, and I'm talking about my visible service on the Verizon network, I got better service in the hospital. Remember, I told you guys I had service in the hospital. I don't want to talk about. I had service in the hospital, but it was um it was leaving. My phone said no service on the 14 Pro is what I meant to say. So with visible, when I had it on the 14 Pro, it had no service. When I switched it to the iPhone 15 Pro, which I did that a couple of days ago, and I went back to the ER yesterday. It had 3 bars of 5G UW. So C band was penetrating the hospital. So the phone does make a difference when it comes to technology. Because I know a lot of people. I'm subscribed to a lot of YouTubers that are bigger than me, of course, hundreds of thousands, even millions of subscribers. And they're like, yo, phones are so good nowadays that you don't need to upgrade your phone in order you know, to be happy with it because nothing is really changing. But they forget that the internals are changing. Because how did I go from not getting service on the 14 Pro 1 TB, right, with visible, to switching visible to the 15 Pro and getting service in there? And when it wasn't picking up 5G UW, it would pick up low band 5G or LTE. It wasn't doing that. That's what the Mega MIMO does. Like it switches you to the best connection. And since the iPhone 14 Pro does not have Mega MIMO, in the situation of Verizon, if you don't have a phone that's like a 15 Pro or higher, you're not going to have the best connection on the network. And that's what people need to understand. When it comes to T-Mobile, it doesn't matter because T-Mobile relies on N41. And the 14 Pro, 13 Pro, they all got great, antennas for N41. But, every year the antennas get tweaked. You know what I'm saying? They get tweaked. I never gotten 2 gigs on the iPhone 14 Pro with T-Mobile or the 15 Pro. And look at me getting 2 gigs on the iPhone 17 Pro with T-Mobile N41. So you know what I'm saying? So technology moves forward and every phone has even more tweaks. Even more tweaks. I mean, look at the 18 Pro. The 18 Pro is going to be the first phone to have 5G for satellite. Where whenever it comes out, it's being first launched. I've seen the article, but you guys know I don't like reading like that. The article was presented on Google that is going to start in T-Mobile Europe. So T-Mobile Europe is gonna start with the 5G over satellite, and they got Starlink and some other whoever provides satellite over phone. So it's not just Elon Musk; it's all three together that are gonna make the 5G situation happen. You know what I'm saying? So the three major satellite over cell phone providers, of course, including Starlink, they're going to do the 5G, but that's going to start in T-Mobile Europe, and then it's going to come to T-Mobile United States. So Apple wants to be the first company to have that technology already embedded in the 18 Pro, so that way when it comes to the United States, you're not left behind. You know what I'm saying? So people that got T satellite right now, it's going to be T satellite 5G by next year, by 2027. So if you don't have an iPhone 18 Pro or an iPhone 18, I don't know if it's just going to be the Pro models. I think they're going to put it across the board. That doesn't make any sense to just give it to the 18 Pros. I think it's going to be the whole 18 lineup. Um, you know, if you don't have the 18 series, then you're not going to be able to take advantage of the 5G over satellite when it launches over here in the United States. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so eager to have that phone. Satellite has, I don't know if it has better penetration in building than that than extraterrestrial, network, like the towers. So I don't know too much about that. I just know that I want to get my hands on that freaking phone. And the new blue that was leaked and the new red. So it's gonna be red, it's gonna be gray, of course, they're keeping the gray. It's gonna be blue, like a lighter blue, and it's gonna be red, and it's like a nice red, like the way that candy apple red looks on aluminum just looks amazing. Just think about the candy apple red on a car, like in California, the lowriders they be having candy apple red, and think about an 18 Pro that color. You know what I'm saying? It looks freaking amazing. I should have took screenshots. I would have posted them on my community tab so you guys could see them. You know what I'm saying? So, Apple's coming out of their comfort zone. So the 18 Pro is going to be a nice phone. And then other leaks, other rumors are talking about the 20 because they're saying that the 19 is not going to come out. I don't see the iPhone 19 not coming out, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. Because the majority of the productions of the iPhones are made in North Korea, not in China. So in Korea, I never heard of Korea having an issue with the number nine. The only people that think that the number nine is unlucky is Chinese people, which I don't understand how the hell the number nine is unlucky. No, no disrespect to nobody's culture, but it's true. Like I don't understand how the hell the number nine is unlucky. That makes no damn sense. You know what I'm saying? It's not the only odd number. One is an odd number. Two is an even number. Three is an odd number. Five is an even number. Well, five could be either or. I guess is odd. Let's consider it odd. Six is an even number. Seven is an odd number. Eight is an even number. Nine is an odd number. 10 is an even number. 11 is an odd number. 12 is an even number. 14 is an odd number, but it could also be an even number because 7 and 7 is 14. So it's crazy. But it just makes no sense for me to for people to think that the number nine is such an unlucky number in general. It just doesn't make any sense. I never heard, there's unlucky numbers. You know what I'm saying? I had plenty of phone numbers when I had Verizon with my niece on her family plan. That started with 933, 938, 942, 972, 966, and nothing happened to my phone. So how is the number unlucky? What was supposed to my iPhone was supposed to get burnt out because I had nine. And like I said, no disrespect to nobody in China because I know I have people in China that watch my content. I'm just saying, like, I don't. I would love for one of you guys to actually, you guys know how to use translators in China. Go come in my comment section on this live stream and be like, "Yo, this is why we think this is numbers unlucky." I don't know. Maybe I should ask Google Gemini. Let's see if Gemini knows why do Chinese people consider the number nine unlucky? Because that's always bothered me. Because I wanted to see a number iPhone 9 and the 10 was produced because the 9 is an unlucky number for China. So let's ask Gemini. Why isn't that Chinese people think? Gemini, why is it that in China the number 9 is unlucky?
Actually, it's quite the opposite. In Chinese culture, 9, Chuanju, is considered a very lucky and auspicious number. The confusion might come from its status as an odd number, but here is why it's actually highly valued. 1. The sound of longevity. The primary reason 9 is loved is because its pronunciation, Ju, is identical to the word for long lasting or eternal. Quote, Ju. Because of this, weddings. It's a favorite for wedding dates to symbolize a
Mm.
marriage that lasts forever. Gifts. People often give 99 or 999 roses to express eternal love. 2. The emperor's number. Historically, 9 was the symbol of the emperor. As the highest single digit odd number associated with yang or masculine/heavenly energy, it represented supreme sovereignty. The Forbidden City legend says it was built with 9,999.5 rooms to stay just under the 10,000 rooms reserved for heaven. Imperial robes.
Mm.
The emperor's robes were famously embroidered with 9 dragons. 3. Connection to the dragon. In Chinese mythology, the dragon, a symbol of power and good fortune.
So why did Apple say that they couldn't make the iPhone 9 because it was an unlucky number?
Actually, Apple never actually said that. The idea that they skipped the number 9 because it was unlucky is a common tech myth, but the real reasons were a mix of marketing and a big anniversary. Here's what actually happened. 1. The 10th anniversary, the X Factor. In 2017, it was the 10th anniversary of the original iPhone. Apple wanted to mark the occasion with a massive leap forward in design, the first all screen iPhone with Face ID. They released the iPhone 8 as the standard upgrade. They released the iPhone 10, pronounced 10, as the futuristic anniversary model. Going from 8 to
Mm.
10 made the jump feel much bigger and more revolutionary than just going from 8 to 9. 2. Competitive number climbing. At the time, Samsung was already on the Galaxy S9. If Apple had released an iPhone 9 inches against a Galaxy S9, it might have looked like they were just keeping pace. By jumping to 10, they mentally
Oh shoot! I gotta look at the phone. I forgot.
position the iPhone as being ahead or in its own league. 3. The superstition confusion. While you might have heard it was about Chinese superstition, as we chatted about before, 9 is actually very lucky in China.
Okay, so this is people's fault, leakers' faults that I thought these all these years since 2017. So I'm sorry, Chinese people. I apologize. I'm glad Gemini broke it down to me. You guys don't think the number's unlucky. You guys actually think it's lucky. This is all Apple's fault in a way. Well, Apple, not even Apple, because Apple didn't even say that. It was just folklore from tech people on YouTube talking about some. Oh well, China, it's a lucky number in China, and my dumb ass knowing that I usually do research these stuff these things, I didn't research it at all, like an idiot. So I am sorry to the Chinese people. I apologize. I will say, Alex, in the next few years, you'll see if right phones, connections, we. won't be needing the towers or anything. It's truly a yeah. It's crazy, man. It's really crazy that you know that I thought that all these years when it was actually people lying and saying no that this is why this is when it's really not like that. They really don't see that as an unlucky number. They actually see it as a lucky number. So it was just Apple for their 10th anniversary. So I guess since this is going to be their 20th anniversary in 2027, then the phone is not going to be called the iPhone 19, guys. Don't expect to see an iPhone 19. You're going to see an iPhone 20 because it's going to be the 20-year anniversary of the iPhone being launched. So we're going to skip all the way from 18 to 20. So just expect that. Just expect that. I wasn't thinking it that way. So now that I know the truth, it was because of their 10th anniversary. Now it's going to be their 20th anniversary. Remember, that was in 2017. It's going to be 2027 next year. So we're going to see, Apple jump from the iPhone 18 Pro to the 20 Pro. And they already like leaking schematics, but if I don't see John Prosser talking about it, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt because now everybody wants to be a major leaker. You get what I'm saying? And I don't think they got the same pull as John Prosser. I'm just gonna be brutally honest because you don't see nobody else's leaks on freaking on these tech social media sites like freaking what's that called every everything Android and all the ones we watch Phone Arena and all this shit. I never seen nobody else's leaks, just John Prosser's leaks being documented on there. So they supposedly got the schematics of the iPhone 18, 20, which is a lie. You're not going to get the schematics until next year around this time that the case manufacturers, they get the schematics to build cases for the phone. The phone is supposedly bezel-less. The iPhone 20 is supposed to be like bezel-less, and it's supposed to be edge to edge screen. So that's why I don't believe this dude that was supposedly leaking it because he doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. Apple would never ever do an edge to edge display. Never. That's like copying off the Samsung Galaxy Edge. Remember, I had the 7 edge. It was edge to edge. It was edge to edge screen. So my buttons for volume were like little small buttons, and I don't see Apple actually doing anything like that, guys. Seriously, I don't see Apple doing that. You know what I'm saying? So if he's an Android fanatic, he needs to stick to Androids. Like that's why I get mad. Like, well, not mad. I would say frustration. Then it gets me mad because these are people that don't own iPhones that are full blown Samsung fanatics. All they talk about Samsung, all they own is Samsung, and as soon as they hear falsified rumors, they want to put them on their YouTube channel and say, "Yo, this is edge to edge. Apple's doing something that Android did with the Samsung Galaxy 7 Edge." And I went in his comment section because I'm not a troll, I'm a YouTuber my damn self. I'm like, "Yo, bro, you don't know what the hell you're talking about. Apple would never add an edge to edge display," and everybody was agreeing. My comment got like through 5,000 likes. And they're not gonna do that. I understand you hate Apple and you're always trying to bring Apple down on your videos. I don't care that you got 1.36 million subscribers. I don't care that you got more subscribers than me. I don't really care. But you can't even talk, bro. You're in Europe. No disrespect to the people in Europe, but he is. He's in Europe. You're in Europe talking about a phone that's made in a whole different country and is mainly sold in the United States. So stick to your Androids. You're always putting Oppo and all these other Chinese brands over Apple. So I don't even know what the hell you're talking shit for. So just like that in the comment section, guys. I don't care. YouTube knows I'm not trolling. They know I'm not trolling. They know I love Apple. I stick up for Apple. So he just wanted to, trying to make Apple look bad talking about some, oh yeah, the iPhone 20 it's gonna have, because he even said it. He said the iPhone 20 is coming out because the number 9 is unlucky in China. He even said it on his video. That's why the iPhone, no, it's for the 20th anniversary. The 20th anniversary. Just like the iPhone 10 came out with the 10th anniversary, the 20th anniversary of Apple launching the iPhone, and that's why they're skipping the iPhone 19 next year, and it's going to be the iPhone 20. The iPhone 20 is coming out next year. So it's just crazy. I mean, look at what Samsung did too. While we're at it, Samsung wanted to be so far ahead of Apple, they stopped numbering their phones. You get what I'm saying? Like, technically, the S26 is not the S26 because they're behind Apple. So this is supposed to be the Samsung Galaxy S18. But since they want to go from being the numbers to actually the year, that's why it is the S26, because they're copying off the year. They always want to be ahead of Apple for some odd reason. You know what I'm saying? They do business together, but Samsung always wants to be ahead of Apple with the numbers, which doesn't even make any damn sense. I mean, I've seen the reviews of the Ultra. When you turn on that display, it kills the pixels. I mean, just look at KBHD's video. He bought a damn microscope just to show you that when you turn off the pixels, the phone looks blurry. It makes it like blur a little bit, and the viewing angles become garbage. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things, you got to understand when a company is making sacrifices to come out with the first phone with a privacy display, you're turning off pixels. So when you're turning off pixels, you're basically um how you call that? How would how would you say that word? You're basically sacrificing viewing angles and the quality of the screen. You know what I'm saying? You're sacrificing that. So, that same person that was talking shit about Apple was like, "Oh, well, watch, the iPhone 20 is going to try to have Apple's first version of the privacy display." No, Apple would not come out with a privacy display if it's not going to be perfect. They're not going to do a Samsung. They don't want you to have bad viewing angles. So if they do come out with a privacy display for the 20th anniversary, which I think that would look amazing, they would make it in a way where the pixels in the back are not completely dead, and you could see better viewing angles. Because you guys gotta understand, when companies do these innovations, they're sacrificing certain things to get this done. And that's what the general public don't even understand. Like, you're getting sacrifices. So a lot of people, even this bigger YouTuber, I love his content. We go back and forth sometimes when it comes to Apple, but he knows there's no malice. We get along. And he even said it. He said they sacrificed a lot to get this privacy display. So is it worth getting the S20 Ultra if you got the S25? No, it's not. It is really not. Is it worth getting the S26 if you got the S25? No, it is not. No millimeter. Yo, every YouTuber video that I've seen, they all say the same thing I say. No millimeter wave connection on the S26. So why get it? The S25 had millimeter wave, so they cut corners and they charge you more. So the S25 has millimeter wave in it, right? The regular stock model with that glare. I mean, no, that was preserved for the S25 Ultra, the glare thing. And then the glare thing that they put on the S26 doesn't even work good. They already put that to test versus the S25. So that's what I'm saying, guys. Listen, before I make a purchase of a phone, I do research, guys. Please don't spend $1,300 on a 256 gig iPhone. I'm sorry, 256 gig uh, Samsung Galaxy S26 Ultra without viewing the videos here on YouTube on the people that are part of the Unpacked event. like freaking KBHD and everybody else that got a free phone from Apple that said, okay, well, give us your honest feedback after the phone is released, after we do the unpack the band and all this BS. And they have. And even KBHD said it. He was like, I don't know if I'm burning bridges. I don't think so, because they know I'm going to be brutally honest. But if you have an S25, don't upgrade. My friend is upgrading because he has the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. So when you're going from an S21 Ultra to an S26, yeah, that's 5 year difference. So of course, yeah. And his Ultra is already outdated. Like it doesn't support none of his Bluetooth that he has. He has issues with it supporting other Bluetooth headsets because the technology is old. The Bluetooth technology in that phone is old. You know what I'm saying? So that's things you guys gotta take into consideration. And back to what I was saying, the S26 not having millimeter wave when the S25 had millimeter wave is garbage to me. I would not be $900. Get the hell out of here, man. That phone should have been like seven. I'm dead serious. That phone should have been seven. No millimeter wave, $700. So I don't think nobody should be picking up the S26. The S26, nobody. If you don't want to get the S26 Plus or the S26 Ultra, then skip the generation. Teach. Look, this is how you teach Samsung a learnable lesson. You want to charge $900 just because of 256 gigs? Uh, go play hopscotch in the middle of whatever in Korea, whatever big highway you got. You talk with your wallet. Don't buy it. When you don't buy it, it's gonna hurt their pockets. So if you got the S25 and the S24 that also supports millimeter wave, don't listen. The only way you should be upgrading to the piece of crap S26 is if you got an S21 or S22. But if you got an S23, S24, S25, do not do it. Do not do it. Wait till next year. Wait till the S27 because this the S26 is not worth it. It doesn't have no millimeter wave. The cameras are dummied down from the cameras, and then the cameras don't even play 4K. I mean, it's crazy, man. It's garbage. It is. People talk so much trash, but you're better off getting a freaking iPhone. Dead up, dead up. You're tired of what Samsung's doing, charging so much. You pay less for an iPhone 17, and the iPhone 17 supports millimeter wave. So you're better off getting an iPhone 17. Not even joking. The iPhone 17 craps all over the S26. So I don't even want to put my 17 Pro against it because it'll demolish it. It's a piece of crap phone. The S26 really disappointed me. Samsung is trying to get you to spend more money. It's kind of like freaking Netflix, right? With Netflix, if you get the ad, you pay 8.99, you're not gonna get the same lineup that's on the what is it, 12.99 version or 9.99 version, the HD version. It has more TV shows or more anime. So they force you to get the more expensive plan to get more and get no supposedly ad free. Okay. So that's basically what Samsung is doing with this. They said we're going to take millimeter wave out of this phone. Do you think that's a bright idea? Because we're charging $900. Yeah, it doesn't matter. People are going to suck it up. No, dumbasses, you're not Apple. And you'll never be Apple, Samsung. That's what you need to understand. You're not Apple, and Apple can sell water to a whale. You can't do that. People are not invested in your ecosystem because you guys don't even own your own ecosystem. Apple owns iOS. You guys don't own iOS. You guys are piggyback riding off of Android off of Google. So if it wasn't for Google, you wouldn't even have a damn smartphone. Apple created their own smartphone. Google created their own smartphone with the Pixel. So if you want a pure stock Android experience, the Pixel's the way to go. Pixel is owned by Google and it's the pure stock Android version. People just think, oh, Samsung, man, I love Samsung. Sammy's playing with your pocket. Sammy is ripping you off. How they're gonna sell you a phone, right? That has less quality cameras than the Plus and the Ultra. Okay, not only the less quality, it has a processor that, from what I heard, people that are reviewing it, it's not as powerful as the S26 Plus and the Ultra. So they dummied down the whole phone, and they're charging you what, $200 more for 256 gigs. Yes, Samsung, take that 256 gigs and shove it where the sun doesn't shine, so I can stay PG-13. Seriously, because I am so tired of these companies trying to fool people, especially Samsung. You take away millimeter wave, you dummy down the camera quality, you take the battery, and it's the same shit as the S25, and you just it's like it's basically what Google did with the Pixel 6a. I mean 10a. They took the chassis from the 9, put it on the 10a, and all they did was increase the battery a little bit, increase the wire charging and wireless charging a little bit, and that's it. They didn't really do nothing to it, to the 10a. Like I said, the only people that would benefit is me, because my Pixel 6a is gonna die next year. Support stops for the Pixel 6a in, what is it, June? Either June or April of next year. My Pixel A 6a is not gonna get no more security patches or software updates, which I think that sucks. But it is what it is. So people like me, you know, having the S22, and I'm sorry, the Pixel 6a, and jump into the 10 is a 4 year difference, is definitely worth it. And the Pixel 10a has 7 years of guaranteed software updates and security patches. But they cut too many corners. They put the same G4 censorship in the Pixel 10a that was in the Pixel 7. I mean 10, 9a. So they went backwards. Like they're trying to compete with Apple, but they just lost. Apple starts their 17e at 256 gigs. Apple gave it the A19 chip, which is the new chip that's on the whole 17 lineup. Only that is missing two cores, like I said. It's down to four. The freaking 17 has five, and the Ultra has six, and then I guess the Air has six. So that's the biggest difference there. But it is still the A19 chip. They could have at least gave the 10A the five, the one that they have on the 10 series. Because how are you gonna call something a Pixel, a cheaper version of the 10, but it doesn't even look like the 10? You flushed completely the two cameras. And you can make it three cameras, Google. It's not that hard. It is not that hard. You can put three cameras on that thing. I hope that in the 11, you take all this constructive criticism that I'm giving you, that KBHD is giving you, that Flossie Carter is giving you, and all these bigger YouTubers than me and smaller like me at 50 and 40 and 30 and 15 and even 1,000 subscribers, and take this constructive criticism and make the damn Pixel 11a look like the Pixel 11. Okay? How the hell you started this? Let me take the cover off my phone. I got to turn on the camera for this one. How are you guys going to start the trend of having this stop of glass hold the cameras in the back, right? Even though it's not flush. Because to make it look like this looks exactly like the Pixel 6. And this is the 6a, okay? So how are you guys going to take this design that you guys created, right? And just remove it? How the hell does the Pixel 6a look like the Pixel 10 lineup? It doesn't look like the lineup at all. It looks like the Pixel 9a. So you got to differentiate that, man. Seriously, you guys really have to change that shit. If not, I don't care. I'll keep this phone. This will be my damn house phone. I'm not even joking. I don't care if you guys stop updating it, whatever. I had it for so many years. I got it when it first came out. But you guys are disrespecting Pixel fans like myself. I don't care anybody else that sucks it up. You guys already know me. You guys know when Apple does something that I don't like, I talk about Apple too. All right. What did I say about the 16E? I didn't like it. 128, da 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 da. What did Apple take with all that constructive criticism? They made the 17E a way better phone, worth the upgrade. It has the MagSafe in the back, so it attached to the MagSafe. It has fast wireless charging, fast USB charging, USB Type C charging. So they upgraded the phone. You guys didn't do shit. You guys took the same chassis of the Pixel 9A and put it on the Pixel 10A and just made the cameras flush. So I hope that on the Pixel 11, you guys make it look like the Pixel 11. It better have this dynamic back piece in the back like this, and it better not be flush. It better be just like this. This slop of glass right here, whatever plastic, whatever you guys want to make it out of. I think this on here is plastic, but make it out of glass. Make it out of glass like you do with the or whatever the aluminum, and just put it back here. Because look at this one. This one looks nice. Look at the flash all the way over here, and look at the cameras. You guys could have done that. You could have done that with the 10A, and I would have been sold. But I'm not wasting my hard-earned money on a phone that you guys just came out with the previous year and decided to slap the name 10A on it when it looks nothing like the 10 series. So no, done. Like I said, guys, we need to speak with our wallets. We need to speak with our wallets. You don't buy the phone, they stop producing it. They take a hit and they learn. They learn. I'm not buying it. I'm not buying it. Because for $600, because I need 256, 128 is not enough. For $600, and then not only that, before when the Pixel first came out, Google gave you unlimited Google storage for buying a Pixel. Now you don't get that. So how the hell are you gonna take that away and make people pay storage? Bro, you're not Apple. You guys need to stop. You are not Apple. You're seriously not Apple. And as far as I remember, the first Pixel had an expendable memory. It was an HTC. Yeah, I remember. It was an HTC and it had expendable memory. But yet you guys want to do internal memory, no expendable memory, and no unlimited cloud storage no more. So at that point, if you guys are trying to copy Apple so bad, why would I want to be with a fake iPhone? I might as well get a real iPhone. Okay, I gotta pay for storage. I might as well get an Apple phone. You feel me? Like that's things that these companies should be thinking about. Okay, you want to copy Apple internal storage, blah blah blah. Let's give these people at least 1 terabyte. Does it kill you to give Google Pixel owners 1 terabyte? No. It does not. Is it going to break your pockets? No. Is it going to hurt you financially? No. Because you guys own the damn Google Drive and it's a Pixel phone. So it should be included for free. 1 terabyte. 1 terabyte of data for whoever owns a Pixel. You own a Pixel, you get 1 terabyte of data. Like, come on, man. You got to make it worth a while. You guys act like, people don't they don't record weddings, they don't record special moments with their kids, and all that crap takes a lot of space from your phone. Especially when you're recording in 4K. Okay? So the Pixel 10a does record in 4K. So how do you expect people to record in 4K with a measly 128 gigs, right? 128 gigs. That'll fill up It'll fill the 120 at the 128 gigs right away. Right away. No expendable memory. You got to pay for Drive when that should be included. Google Drive should be included with the Pixel. I don't care if you're getting a series or the high end series, the 10 and the 10 Pro, whatever the case may be. All these phones should have 1 terabyte of storage provided from Google at no extra cost. Before you guys did unlimited. Okay, I understand unlimited, maybe caused you guys to have a feel like you lost money. But 1 terabyte is not gonna kill you. It is not gonna kill you. You know how much more attractive that would be? Oh yeah, I wasn't thinking about getting the 10A, but now that Google added 1 terabyte of storage to it, if I buy it permanently and I'm never gonna pay for this, this is free because I bought the Google Pixel. I'm gonna get it. You guys don't understand how these subtle changes can make somebody's mind up of buying a phone. I mean, you've been in the phone game already for a while now. I think more than a decade. Yeah, more than a decade. So you guys should already have common sense, Google. For real. And I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm being dead serious. You're trying to compete with Apple. You're trying to compete with Samsung. This is how you compete. Yo, bro, you heard? Yeah, man. The Pixel 11 now is gonna include 1 terabyte. And if you got a Pixel 10 series, you're gonna get unlimited. Yeah, you don't gotta listen. If you feel like, which is not fair, people will not disagree with this. People will say, well, no, if I own a Pixel, I should have that 1 terabyte too. But I know how you guys work, man. I know how companies work. So if you want to say, well, starting from the 10 series, right, you come out with it next year. Starting from the 9 series and up could get this 1 terabyte, then I guess that would be fair, right? In your eyes. I mean, it would be fair for me to get 1 terabyte, even though I got a phone that's what, 5 years old, 4 years old. Yes, 4 years old. So you guys need to change stuff. Seriously, Google. You really do. You really do. You really do. If the Pixel 11 does not look like the Pixel 11A does not look like the Pixel 11A, I'm not getting Pixels. Nope. I'm done. When this one runs out of juice next year and I can't receive no more updates, I'm not buying no more Pixels. You guys are pricing these Pixels way too high. Because seriously, for 128 gigs, right, on the Pixel 10, does it necessarily have to be $800 or $900? No, no. 256 gigs should be at that price range. And then you want to charge over 1,000 for 250. No, bro, you guys are not Apple. Stop. Why everybody wants to follow the Apple train? You guys need to understand this, Google. Do you have physical stores where if my Pixel was to break, I can take it to? No. Does Samsung have stores where if you break your Samsung, you can physically take it to owned by Samsung? No. So you guys need to stop. Apple has stores. What's up, Walter? Apple has stores. Is what's up? What's up, bro? What's up, Jimmy? What's up, bro? So, and what's up, Walter? So you can't compete. You guys, Samsung, I don't know no other manufacturers. Yeah, there is no other manufacturer that owns stores, branded stores where you could take your phone and get it replaced, get the glass screen replaced, get the battery replaced. You don't have that. So you can't compete with that. So why are you trying to aggressively price your phone? Wow, I think there's one Google store in California. Whoopie doo, all the way in California. So you expect me to catch an airplane from Newark Airport, which is a big international airport, all Newark, New Jersey's airport, all the way 5.5 hours to California to go to a little store in California, and oh yeah, I'm having problems with my Pixel. Damn, you came all the way from New Jersey? Yeah, I flew across the United States on a 350 Boeing 357 to come here to bring my Pixel. You sound how stupid that sounds? So no, you guys can't compete with Apple. Okay, Apple could charge these prices because at the end of the store, at the end of the day, they got stores. All right, in Jersey they got a whole bunch of freaking stores. If there's not the Quaker Bridge Mall, Apple store doesn't have my phone, I go to Cherry Hill. If Cherry Hill doesn't have my phone, I could go to Marlton, New Jersey. If Marlton, New Jersey doesn't have my phone, I could go to Mount Holly. If Mount Holly doesn't have my phone, I can go. They probably got like around 60 stores in the state of New Jersey that I can go to. But let's verify that with Gemini. I just want to see, I know this is public record, so Gemini should be able to pull it up with no problem. So you and Samsung cannot compare it. No company can compare that to Samsung. Compare themselves to Apple. How many stores does Apple have in the state of New Jersey?
As of 2026, Apple has 12 official retail stores located in New Jersey. These stores are distributed across major shopping centers in the following locations. Location: Shopping Center, Bridgewater,
Hmm.
Bridgewater Commons, Cherry Hill Mall, East Rutherford, American Dream, Edison, Menlo Park Mall, Freehold, Freehold Raceway Mall, Lawrence Township, Quaker Bridge Mall, Marlton, Sagemore, Paramus, Garden State Plaza, Short Hills, the Mall at Short Hills, Tinton Falls, Jersey Shore Premium Outlets, Wayne, Willowbrook Mall, Woodcliff Lake, Tice's Corner. Note, these are official Apple-operated retail locations. While other authorized retailers, like Best Buy or Target, sell Apple products throughout the state, they do not count toward this official store total. Would you like me to find the specific hours or directions for?
So there you go. Like you said, and Quaker Bridge Mall is only 15 minutes away from my house. So why would I leave Apple that if my phone breaks, I could go the same day and wait 1 hour and they'll have it fixed, maybe 1 to 2 hours. To switch to an Android that if my phone breaks, like with my Samsung that I bought my mom, the S21 Fan Edition, when the SIM card tray broke, it took 2 weeks for her to receive the damn phone back. 2 weeks. So you think I got the patience to wait that long? No. So that's why none of these Oppo, none of these Chinese brands, I don't give a shit what brand, what country it's coming from. You cannot compare yourself to Apple. You do not have brick and mortar locations, which means physical buildings that you can walk into like it's a freaking bank or a Walmart or the mall and get the shit done right then and there. And that's why I stick with Apple. That's why I live by Apple. And you can hate Apple all you want, but your favorite company will never be better than mine. End of story. So that killed all your arguments. You could be the Samsung fanatic, you could be the Google fanatic. I don't give a crap who you're a fanatic to. Your manufacturer does not have physical stores. So there you go. I got 12 stores to choose from in the state of New Jersey. Now tell me how many Samsung stores you got in your location. Tell me how many Google Play stores you got in your location. Tell me how many TCL Motorola stores you have. None. None. So at the end of the day, the whole dispute of Android being better than Apple goes out the window. Goes out the window. That's like you guys comparing Chase. Chase is the biggest bank in the United States. Apple is the biggest cell phone provider in the United States. So that's like comparing Chase to a rinky-dink bank that doesn't have brick and mortar locations all over the United States. That's like comparing Chase to, I don't know, let's say TD Bank. TD Bank is one of the smallest banks over here in the United States. Well, not even TD. Uh, somebody smaller than TD, like M&T Bank. M&T is regional. It's not nationwide. So that's like comparing Chase to freaking M&T Bank. So when I'm talking about M&T Bank, M&T Bank is Samsung. M&T Bank is every Android in one category. Every Android. You can't compare them to Apple. You cannot compare no company to Apple. No company. Money wise, yeah, they might be some kind, specs wise. Who gives a shit about specs? If your phone breaks and who cares if you got 120 hertz refresh rate, right, on your Google Pixel. But yeah, I have the 17E with 60 frames of refresh rate, right? And if my screen breaks, I can go to the Apple store and get it repaired the same day, but you got to wait 3 business days. So who won? I won. And that's what you need to understand. A lot of people don't understand that. Like, you don't see why so many people love Apple. The simplicity. Go to the damn store. Okay, let's see how many Apple stores are nationwide. I know Apple's got to have a whole shit ton of stores. Let's go. Where's Gemini? Gemini, 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 Gemini. I can't wait till Gemini is integrated with Siri. How many Apple stores are they nationwide?
As of early 2026, Apple operates 272 official retail stores across the United States. These stores are spread across 45 states and the District of Columbia. While California holds the lion's share of locations, several states, mostly in the Great Plains and northern New England, do not have an official Apple Store presence. U.S. store distribution highlights. Most stores California leads by a wide margin with 54 locations,
Damn.
followed by New York, 23, and Florida, 19. States with no stores. There are currently 5 states without an official Apple retail location: Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Vermont, and Wyoming.
Mm.
West Virginia recently gained coverage or is served by nearby border locations. Global context. These 272 U.S. locations make up about half of Apple's total global footprint, which stands at approximately 540 stores worldwide. Comparison. Top 5 states. State. Number of stores. California, 54. New
California's
York,
big though.
23. Florida, 19. Texas, 17. New Jersey, 12. Since you were asking about New Jersey earlier, it's worth noting that the Garden State is actually in the top 5 nationwide for total store count, despite its smaller geographic size. Would you like a list of stores for a different state, or perhaps info on the largest Apple store in the country?
So there you go. There you go. So Apple has stores across 45 states, but yet your favorite Android has no stores across no states. You see the difference?
As of early 2026, Apple operates 272 official retail stores across the United States. These stores are spread across 45 states and the District of Columbia.
So there you go. So that's why I pick Apple over Android. Okay? Especially in the state where I live at, there's 12 stores. So they're in the New Jersey's on the top 5 of most stores for Apple, as you heard Gemini say. What the hospital say about your back? Oh, bro, my vest wearing that shit all the time, broski. It hurt my muscles on my back, like every muscle from the back of my neck all the way down to my freaking waistline in the back. So yeah, that's what happened. So I got medicines that I'm supposed to take. I got to eat first. So tomorrow I'm gonna start taking it because it's gonna take the inflammation because they're like swollen. My muscles are swollen, and the ibuprofen 600 milligrams is anti-inflammatory, so it's gonna bring the swelling down on my back. So my back right now is swollen. It is swollen. So that's why I was in so much pain, and I'm still discomfort. But with these pills, they're gonna help me. They're gonna bring the swelling down, and I'm gonna feel better, guys. So that's what's important. But yeah, like I said, I don't want to offend nobody. I'm sorry if I'm offending anybody. I know there's a lot of Samsung people that watch me and people that love Android over Apple, but you need to understand that they're not better. You know what I'm saying? They're not better. The company that's better is the one that is more simplified, where you could go get your thing done right then and there. Right. There's only been one sequence. I forgot what phone it was. My 14 Pro that I cracked the back glass. And when I went to the Apple store, it was like, "Oh yeah, we're not gonna have it till tomorrow. So if you want to come back tomorrow, we can fix it tomorrow." And I was fine with it. I came back the next day. I went to Quaker Bridge Mall. Give us 2 hours. Plum plum. The glass was fixed. So like I said, do I love Android too? Yeah, I love the simplicity. I like Android, but people need to stop saying that Android is better than Apple. It's not. To be better means you got to have more resources, and Android does not have more resources. Just because Android lets you get certain apps for free and you can customize it better, who cares? Let's be honest. Who cares? Apple did the same thing with iOS 26. Like, look, my iPhone 15 Pro is customized around my wallpaper. Look, Let it autofocus. You see the line with the crown and the background is like bluish. You see the bluish, and look, my apps are blue. So now people used to jailbreak their phone just to get this shit done, and you could get it done with iOS 26. So iOS 26 is amazing, and the new update to the freaking iPhone 17 Pro is amazing. I mean, the software that it has, that I turned it on my 17 Pro. I'm sorry, this is 16 Pro. 17 Pro's right here on my 17 Pro. That if somebody steals my phone, they won't be able to get into my iCloud or delete my iCloud or anything. The phone will become an instant brick. It'll just have, it'll say this phone has been blocked, just like when somebody, just like when the carriers blacklist your phone. And shout out to Apple for doing that. Seriously, shout out to Apple for doing that. I don't know if the let me see if the X, if it's on every iPhone. Let me see. I don't know if that was an update with iOS 26 or what it is, but I'm about to check it. I know where I gotta go. Passwords and security. Where's passwords and security? Right here. Face ID and security. Boom. Oops, wrong password. I forgot what that setting is called. Oh yeah, it's right here. It's part of iOS 26. This additional other security of level of security to your iPhone in the action. See, right here, you got to have this turned on right here. I'm gonna bring down the brightness. So if you own an iPhone and you got iOS 26 on it, you can get this done. You got to turn on this feature right here. This feature, if somebody was to steal my phone, and I got it turned on all my iPhones. If somebody was to steal my 15 Pro, and they entered my password wrong, trying to get into my phone and all that, it would stay blocked and they wouldn't be able to do shit. It'll say this phone has been blocked. So I think that's awesome. You see what I'm saying? Apple does shit that's innovative. Like the person won't even be able to, shit, man, I stole this phone for no reason. Damn. And that's good because these phones ain't cheap. 800. I paid 1250 for this for the 15 Pro. The T-Mobile already paid that off. 16 Pro, $1,595. I still owe Boost like what, 500? Let me see, because I just paid my Boost bill. So sadly, guys, Cricket, I'm gonna let Cricket go. Cricket still running like trash. I'm in too much back pain to be arguing with Cricket customer care or seeing when the hell they're gonna fix it. Just gonna let it get disconnected. I'm not paying the Cricket bill. Paying my Boost mobile bill is more important than the Cricket bill. So, because I'm paying off my freaking iPhone 16 Pro with Boost. So, you know, I chose to do that. Chose to do that. And I gotta call them because why the hell now it says auto pay, and it's not showing that um I already paid my bill. Because that, you know, before it would say paid, and now it's saying that they're still gonna try to automatically take out the 62 dollars 15 cents on the 15th, but they're up for a rule awakening because I changed my card number. So when they try to take that money out, decline. And if they try to disconnect my service, I will curse them the hell out because they already took the money out my credit card. And I'm gonna even show you guys on this live stream that it shows my credit card shows payment to Boost Mobile successful. They took the money out. So Boost better not play with me. Better not be on that cricket bullshit. So here we go, guys. So you guys can see that I paid the bill. Look at that. Boost Mobile, you guys see it, right? At 3:15 in the afternoon. Boom. $62.15. That's how much I pay. And right here, it'll even tell us the date. I paid it on March 6th. See? Date March 6th at 3:30 in the afternoon. Well, 3:30 a.m. Sorry, 3:30 a.m. So March 6th, I paid Boost Mobile $62.15. Because in case they try to disconnect my service, I'm like, go look at my damn live stream, you idiots. Yep. So, and look, I'll even show you what my 16 Pro. Look at this. Goku is my favorite character from anime. And look, my apps are centered around Goku. See the color of Goku? He's like on Super Saiyan. And look at how my apps look. The same color that surrounds him, like that grayish, whitish color. And this is the 16 Pro. 512 gig. Let me see how much I still own on this phone. I was just in the Boost mobile app on my account. Right here. Right here, it'll tell me. Right here, it says view details. All right, right now, still owe $550. Or is that $650? Yeah, 650. I still owe 650 on this phone. 50% paid off. Well, it's supposed to be more than 50% paid off, bro. What you talking about? Yeah, $650 are still on this phone. Hmm. I don't know why they don't update when I make the payment. That's what pisses me off. I gotta wait till all the till freaking April for this to show that I owe less, that I owe $603. They need to automatically update this shit like everybody else does. But yeah, I paid Boost. And look, I'm gonna show you right now that you guys seen that I paid Boost, right? And look, this is my Boost account. See, it says welcome Alexander. And look, all it says is auto pay. You see right there? It says 6215 ready to get auto paid on um 3/15. So on March 15th. March 15th, Boost Mobile supposed to take the money out of my account. See? And they're not taking shit out. Because like I said, I can't I changed my card number. Because that shit should say paid. So you see what I'm talking about? Everybody's like having when it's not Cricket with payment issues, it's Boost Mobile. It's just a whole bunch of nonsense, guys. Nonsense that we shouldn't be dealing with as customers. Walmart has the MacBook Neo on sale. Word? That's what's up. Let me see. Stupid Walmart. 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 Here we go. I'm about to take a look at that. MacBook Neo. But the brightness too low. Apple MacBook Neo 13-inch. Oh, that's the 512. I mean, right here still showing me 600, bro, for the Neo. I don't know. Sometimes, like my brother, right? My brother got a discount, right, on the new table that my mom bought for the TV downstairs, right? And on my Walmart account, it wouldn't show me the discount, but on my brother's account, on my brother's Walmart account, it would show him the discount, which doesn't make any damn sense. He had to send me the link in order for me to buy the the freaking table at a discounted price. But like I said, guys, it's just the simplicity of me being able to go to a store if my phone is giving me issues. So that's why I stick with Apple. I can't do that with a Droid. You got to call the manufacturer. Yeah, we'll send you PS and you'll get your phone in around 3 to 5 business days. I don't have time to wait for that. And we are going to call Boost because I need to know why the hell it's saying that they're going to auto pay when I already paid them. I'm gonna see what lame ass excuse they're gonna give me. Remember the lady last time hung up in my face, and now I don't know. Shout out to Rando Geek.
Thanks for calling Boost Mobile.
Rando Geek talked about how the FCC is cracking down on all these U.S. carriers for outsourcing the phone calls.
Are you calling about your
Yes,
How can I help?
my bill.
How can I help you with your bill?
I already paid it, and it shows that it hasn't been paid.
Sorry, I didn't quite get that. You can say things like payment activated.
Representative.
If I know why you're calling about your bill, I can
Oh,
get you
God.
the right help. How can I help you with your bill?
Credit.
Sorry, I didn't quite get that.
A
You can say
credit.
things like, sorry, I didn't quite get that.
Service outages.
I'll get you to someone who can help. Just a moment. To verify your account, we need to send a passcode to your phone. Do you consent to receive this text message?
Yes. Jesus, just hurry up. Good Lord.
We sent a passcode to your phone. Please enter the passcode. If you still haven't received the passcode, say resend. If you're having trouble getting the passcode, say help. Otherwise, please enter the passcode.
Oops, wrong number. Oh
Looks
shit.
like the code you entered wasn't a six-digit number. Please open your message to get the six-digit one-time password.
Now hurry up.
Thank you. Your account has now been verified.
Oh, that was fast.
Thank you for calling Boost Mobile. This is Nathan. How can I help you?
Oh, look, I actually got American. Yes, Nathan, I was calling because I made a payment on my bill. You guys took the money on my credit card, and the app is saying that you guys are going to take the money out on the 15th when I already paid it on the 6th. So I'm just wondering, why is the system not recognizing that I already made the payment?
Mm, let me see here. Got your account pulled up. Is it just saying the auto pay is on the 15th?
Yep. It's not saying paid like when I used to pay it and it would say paid.
Okay. I'm not quite sure why it's not reflecting it, but yeah, I show there's no balance due at this time. That shows it's already been paid.
Oh, okay. And another thing that I wanted to ask you, Nathan, because last time I got overseas and it wasn't the most pleasant experience. Like the person just wanted to argue with me, so I just ended up cursing out that
Okay.
rep. Because I was aggravated because AT&T had a tower down, right? They had two towers down in my area, so I wasn't able to use my internet for jack crap in like January or February. I had to be on Wi-Fi
Okay.
every time. Every time I went to work, Wi-Fi. Every time I'm home, Wi-Fi.
Okay.
So what I was trying to explain to her is
Um,
like what kind of recompensation I'm going to get for not being able to use the service, because I had to rely on Wi-Fi at work and at my house. And when there was no Wi-Fi available, I had to turn on the Wi-Fi from either my Verizon line, business line, or my T-Mobile business line. So I had to be on Wi-Fi
you
all the
don't you
time. I'm sorry.
you don't currently have any services?
Well, no, because I guess they finish updating whatever the hell they were doing. I guess they finished it because now my phone is not saying call failed no more, and the calls are going through. Before it was like call failed. So I got mad and I called AT&T, and AT&T was like, "Well, I understand your Cricket because I also have Cricket. But right now we're updating our towers and the snow and all this. So I guess just talk to Boost Mobile because I know you said you run on the Boost Mobile network, and I guess they can give you something. Our towers went down, and we're sorry about this. And I was like, yeah, but it sucks. Like I can't even make phone calls. It says call failed, and he's like, yeah, well, if you have another phone, another service provider like T-Mobile or Verizon, I advise you to use them for now.
Okay. So you're not currently having any service issues?
No, right now, no. Mm-mm. I call everybody. The calls go through. Like I said, it all started in January. I don't know what the hell happened to the AT&T towers because people were leaving AT&T like there was no tomorrow here. Trust me, bro. There was a lot of people, like going to the booth stores, and they were like, no, 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 don't activate me on AT&T. AT&T's having problems because my bro, because we go way back. My best friend, he owns a couple of stores, Boost Mobile stores. So when I went to see him and say what's up to him at the store, I seen a lot of people that were leaving Cricket coming over to Boost because of the whole situation, and even AT&T, and they were telling him to please activate them on a T-Mobile SIM card for now because T freaking what is it called? AT&T was having all these issues. So a lot of people were pissed, trust me. Even the people that had the AT&T 5G home internet, which is their new Air 5G Air. That thing was horrible, bro. That thing was only getting like 1 meg down and 0 megs up. So people couldn't watch their Netflix or their Hulu, and they were coming into the store and cursing people out in the AT&T store.
Okay. Well, if there's not currently an issue, I can't troubleshoot anything.
Well, correct. But I called you guys when I was having the issue. And the problem is that every time I called, I got an overseas rep that just wanted to argue, and all these calls are recorded. All the recordings are there. Every time I called, when I called in January, I had somebody that didn't understand. Oh, is the AT&T network down? And bro, because it's down. What you mean? The hell? You're like towers don't go down. Towers have even caught on fire. I remember, I think it was in Wyoming 2 years ago. Back in 2024, T-Mobile's tower caught on fire, and like 100,000 people without service. So how stupid can you be and say something stupid like that? Like how can AT&T's tower be down? Because it's down, and I already spoke to them. So those previous reps, like this is why the FCC's coming down on Boost Mobile and T-Mobile and Verizon and everybody because of this miscommunication with these people from overseas. These people from overseas don't understand nothing about towers. All they want to do is argue. So I called. So there was no
Okay.
troubleshooting you guys could do. How are you going to troubleshoot if the tower's down? Two towers were down. What is there any troubleshooting to do? You can't do any troubleshooting. The troubleshooting is not going to fix the tower. AT&T, AT&T, AT&T's the one who's got to fix the issue. You know what I'm saying? So the tower that was working was congested. So if two towers are down, it's like I like to tell you guys, you're not talking to one of your regular uh, customers that don't know nothing. If the towers are down and there's only one tower, that's like being in a congested highway. That's like when we go from New Jersey to get to Manhattan across the bridge here in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and we're going bumper to bumper because it's congested. It's peak times for traveling from New York to New Jersey. So you're going to be bumper to bumper. That's exactly what happens to a tower. The tower that they moved me to was so congested that of course, it's going to drop calls. AT&T even said it, of course. There's too many people at the tower at the same time. He was like, that's like making a phone call in New Year's Eve. Soon as 12 o'clock hits, are you able to make calls? Right? No, it says call failed and it goes dum 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 because everybody's trying to make a phone call on that same tower. So that's exactly what happened. And we're sorry, but you're not an AT&T customer. If you would have been an AT&T customer, then we could have recompensated you. So you got to call Booz and whatever else other service provider you got under AT&T umbrella, and tell them that they gotta recompensate you for the issue. I'm pretty sure they were supposed to be aware of our outage. That's exactly what the rep told me in the store.
Okay. Well, I don't have any record of the
Overseas
outage on your account. I don't have
man.
any calls or history of us doing any troubleshooting or anything on this account.
So you tell me all the times that I called, they didn't basically write nothing down. So you see this is why the FCC is cracking down, bro. This is exactly why the FCC is cracking down on you guys, and not just you guys. Like I said, T-Mobile and everybody else that's outsourcing their calls. Because this is the first time I talked to an American since freaking November of last year. All the other times that I have called you guys, everything overseas. And then like I said, overseas people that all they know how to do is give you an attitude. They don't understand nothing. So of course there was troubleshooting. They told me, oh, do a network reset. I was like, bro, I'm not gonna do a network reset. That's not gonna fix anything. The tower is not working. So why would I do a network reset for? Is the tower? No, so trust me, you don't know what you're talking about. You need to do a network reset. And they even transferred me to tier two tech support. So I don't understand how that's not there. And tier two tech support told me the same thing. I'm like, bro, I'm not. You don't understand. You don't own an iPhone. When you do a network reset on an iPhone, it's resetting all the Wi-Fi passwords you have on your phone. So that means from my brother's house, from my house, from my job, and everything. I'm not doing that. Not doing that. Not doing that.
Yeah, I don't have any history of any calls to us regarding any technical issues or service outages. So I'm not able to offer any sort of a credit.
That is crazy. Guys, and I'm live streaming right now, just to let you know. Guys, this is so you can see. You guys know I was on a live stream when I was talking to that chick from overseas. And look, she didn't notate nothing, guys. Nothing at all. And this is why the FCC and the DOJ is cracking down on the carriers. Because they give these jobs to people overseas that don't know how to do jack shit, don't even notate nothing when you guys know I was on a live stream talking to that lady. And the multiple times that I talked to them people. So yeah, everything is on live stream, bro. I'm not worried about it. I live stream every time I talk to you guys. So I have the proof. So you're welcome to come to my YouTube channel and go through my live streams and look up the one that says Boost Mobile doesn't know how to do their damn job. And you're welcome to see the live
Anything
stream.
else I can help you with at this time?
A supervisor and manager. Because like I said, it's not my fault that your damn overseas customer care reps doesn't know how to do their fucking job. Pissing me off with that bullshit.
Absolutely.
I work hard for my money. Money doesn't grow on trees. I know, OG Tech. It is BS. You guys know I was live streaming when I was talking to that dumb bitch. And guys, forgive me for cursing. I said in 2026 I was not gonna curse on YouTube. But you gotta understand this is serious. You guys knew how aggravated I was that day that my boost service was this whole time that my boost mobile service hasn't been working. I've been on freaking Wi-Fi calling at home. So if it wasn't for freaking Wi-Fi calling, then I would be screwed. Like that's crazy.
Thank you for holding. My name is Joe. Who the pressure speaking with?
Alexander Febres, Joe.
Thank you very much, Alexander. I was speaking with the previous representative. They mentioned that there was a concern today with your account. It looks like recently you experienced some issues with your service.
Correct. Two AT&T towers were down. Um, it's not my job as a YouTuber to speak for everybody. You get what I'm saying? When people are having issues with their service, they like going to stores. That should be common knowledge to you guys at customer care. They don't like calling customer care because it's overseas reps and they don't know how to do their job. So the multiple times that I have called, and I'm not gonna curse no more, but I have every right to be upset because I've been calling since January, and every time I call, I'm on a live stream, like I'm live streaming right now on YouTube, and people are watching and commenting, saying that this is bullshit. Because this is exactly why I live stream. Because you guys like to say, well, no, there's no documentations of you ever calling and the service outage and the service issues when I've been showing it on my damn YouTube channel. So what's more important, me having proof, video evidence of not having service, or idiots from different countries not knowing how to document it on my account? Because I can make this a bigger issue than it really is by contacting the DOJ and the FCC and the Better Business Bureau. And I don't think you guys want to take it
Yes,
that
sir,
route.
of course. You have, as a consumer, you have your rights. We're not advising whether or not you should or should not do that. That would be at your discretion. I understand that you've had some issues. My question right now would be, are you still having issues or has the issues been resolved?
No, yeah, of course. AT&T's not going to keep dropping customers like flies, so of course they fix the towers, and now
And
the
right now,
speed is
the
back to
issue has
normal.
been resolved.
Correct. But when I
Now that,
called you guys about the issue, the overseas reps didn't document nothing. And I was talking to one rep, and she was like, "Okay, let me get you over to tier two." And when they got me over to tier two, um, I told them about the situation, and it was like, "Oh, well, all you got to do is a network reset." I'm like, "Bro, a network reset is not gonna fix this issue. I'm telling you, the AT&T towers are down. Look it up. Can't you look it up on your system?" So all that is recorded. So I don't understand how all of a sudden no documentations are found, nothing is found, and everything is gone. Everything is gone. And this is why I stopped recommending Boost Mobile on my YouTube channel. When I first got you guys, you could say 2 years and a half ago, everything was great. I was always talking to American customer care. There was no mishaps, there was no confusions. Everything was flying perfect. I was recommending you guys on my channel, showing the speeds that Boost Mobile gave me, the reliability on the calls because I was on the Dish network. But now that you guys are on the AT&T network, because it's not your fault. You guys sold all your assets, so now you guys got to be an MVNO. It's just nonsense. You know what I'm saying? So you guys are supposed to be on top of when a carrier loses service, not the customers. You guys, because with anybody else, they know. Cricket, okay, I understand. Cricket is owned by AT&T, so of course they're gonna know. But even Red Pocket knew because I have a Red Pocket line. Red Pocket was like, "Yeah, we're sorry, AT&T services are down right now. You are right. Soon as you see that the coverage is better, and you're back to your normal speeds that you were getting 300 over 50, then we will work on giving you a recompensation. But for now, until that gets fixed, we can't give you no recompensation." You get what I'm saying? So even smaller providers like Red Pocket Mobile knew that AT&T's towers were down, but Boost was the only carrier that did not know that AT&T towers were down in my area. Like that's just crazy. Like hello, I know everybody had to be calling because people were going into the Boost store and cursing out reps like, "Yo, what the fudge? I don't even have service right now in my job." But that, oh, we're sorry, man. Look, the network is being updated. It's being updated. The towers are down right now while they fix that and all that, which I completely understand. From a technical point, I understand because these towers release a lot of radiation, especially the the cell phone panels. So of course they're going to have to turn it off. Nobody wants to get cancer while working on a tower. So that's completely understandable. So that's the problem here. You guys have been doing this lately. Every time I get over to an overseas rep, they don't notate nothing. Oh, there's no proof about nothing, but the proof is on my channel. And right now I have a lot of subscribers that are watching this live stream that are pissed at you guys because of this mishaps. So this maybe is something why you guys shouldn't be outsourcing your calls to other countries because they don't know how to do their job, they don't know how to notate nothing, and then you got a pissed off US citizen cursing you out in the phone.
thank you for the feedback, sir. We do appreciate your concern and understanding about the situation. Right now, I'm glad to hear that the service is restored. Now, as far as what happened and what we can do to avoid that, we definitely want to work in making sure that our service is as reliable as it can be because no carrier has 100% uptime. There will be times where natural disasters may happen, things may happen, and towers may go down. It's just technology. That's just a limitation of technology at this point.
Correct, but that's not what the
Service,
over.
I understand that you were seeking some compensation towards. Sorry for an outage. Go ahead.
No, I was saying the biggest pain point here is that every time, like I told you, when I called January, February, and earlier this month, around the second or the third, that wasn't documented either. I was cursing out the rep because she didn't know what she was talking about. She specifically said on a recorded line, and I was on the live stream on YouTube, so it was recording both ways. Um, how is the tower going to be down? All you need to do is a network reset, and that'll fix the issue. How is a network reset going to fix the issue of a tower being down, bro? Like that's what I'm saying. So that's why people get so mad and start cursing at these people because they can't act like they don't have cell phones in their country. Because I know every country has cell phones. Well, I don't know about South Korea because with the dictatorship over there, I don't even know if some people are allowed to have cell phones. But every other country besides freaking South Korea has cell phones. So they should know in their country that if the tower goes down, the service is going to become unreliable. So that's what had me cursing at the previous rep because I'm allowed to be mad. Because how is it that this is ridiculous that I gotta go live just to talk to a cell phone provider? Because if not, then the rep will get mad at me, not notate nothing, and that's it. And you know that at T-Mobile, people got fired for doing that to me, for getting mad because I was telling them something that I was having an outage and T-Mobile's towers were down and my service was trash and my freaking iPhone at that time I think I had the iPhone 11, yeah, with T-Mobile, the iPhone 11, and my iPhone 11 was saying call failed, call failed, call failed, and people, the previous reps was like, yeah, I'm serious, and so they started internal investigation and they say, oh, okay, Jessica, you're out of here, and they lost their jobs for holding a personal vendetta because they did not understand things of towers. And these were US people. They weren't even overseas. They were in the US. So they lost their jobs really fast. Really, really fast. Because T-Mobile knows that I get them plenty of money off my social media and they're not paying me for it by recommending T-Mobile. Just like Verizon. By recommending Verizon. You know what I'm saying? So that's not cool because you guys, want all these. I got over probably like 500 videos recommending Boost Mobile. And none of my videos on YouTube say this video has been sponsored by Boost Mobile. None of the videos of me speed testing you guys on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok that I have over 30 something thousand followers does it say this video is sponsored by Boost Mobile. So you see what I'm talking about? Like I'm doing for free for you guys, but then when I have an issue, it's a big problem.
Thank you, sir. With regards to the concern that you brought up about paying for something that you weren't able to be used, we understand, of course, that must be very frustrating. And while we attempt to do everything we can to ensure that the service uptime is the best that it can be, and may at times go out because of X or Y reason, what I can do for you with regards to your account, what you pay for the service is for the line as well as for the device. The device does have an agreement so that the charge would remain valid on the account.
Of course.
The last conversation that we have on your account here, because I understand you said they didn't notate, but all calls are recorded for quality assurance and training purposes, as well as access to your account is monitored to ensure your security. The last conversation here was back on February the 19th. What we can do is we can adjust your bill based on that, provide you the adjustments, which will cover right now about your cycle ends on the 30th. So we've been about, let's see here, a little bit over a month. So your cycle is $25 per month plus tax. We can provide you an adjustment of about $30 towards your bill. Would that work for you?
$30?
Yes. we can get that applied. I'll send you a confirmation right now. That way you receive the documentation that it's being applied.
Gotcha. Can you make it 40?
I'm sorry, sir. The service is $25 for the 30 days service.
No, I know, but this problem started in January. It didn't start in February. This problem started in January. So that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know what happened. But listen, sir, from a person, like I told you, from a person that this happened to before, like I said, and one of my best friends works for AT&T's call center, he says that they could get things done. If you really get under somebody's skin, they could delete the login that they logged into your account, and they even spoken to you on the phone, bro. And that's exactly why the reps from T-Mobile got fired. Because, like I told you, they did an internal investigation. So why did you delete this login that you were talking to Mr. Febres this day that he was telling you that he was having problems with T-Mobile service? Oh, because he was acting rude and obnoxious. No, you're the one who started it. He was already mad. You were supposed to de-escalate the situation, not escalate the situation. And now for deleting the login that you made him look like a liar when we found here that you wasn't in his account and he did speak to you on the phone, you are terminated. So from somebody that like I said, and I got plenty of friends that work in customer care because I got another friend that works for Verizon customer care, and he said, yeah, if you piss somebody off enough in this call center, bro, what the call center where I work at, they could delete the whole thing. They can act like the call never existed, like you never called. So how do I know that back in
Well, that's
January that wasn't the
a big
situation with that
concern,
overseas
and
rep?
that is right. As far as again, I understand that you've had some bad experiences with other carriers, and for that, I can't speak on it. I don't know. I don't work for them, so I really don't know what kind of security methods they have. That sound very uh, concerning. If they can do that, that's wild. With regards to what we can do now for you for this account, like I said, we can do that $30 adjustment applied right now. You'll get the confirmation, and you'll be good to go. Would you like to move forward?
I guess, yeah.
We'll get this
I
process
don't
right now
know.
and get you that confirmation. Thank you for your patience. Okay, we submitted the request. Let's give it a minute.
Yeah, I already got the confirmation. I got the email.
Perfect. Can we help with anything else today?
Yeah, I was wondering, are you guys planning to ever do some unlimited thing with Boost Mobile?
Well, the service is unlimited in the sense that you're not going to get disconnected, but there is a data restriction. Like any other carrier, the high-speed data will be throttled down after a certain amount of time, or rather, a certain amount of data usage.
Well, of course, you guys give 30 gigs, but do you realize that after 30 gigs, the speeds are unusable? And under your own terms and conditions, you
Yeah.
say it drops down to 512. It doesn't drop down to 512. Because I had went last year, I went over my data and I couldn't even send RCS messages or uh basically iMessages. They had to go through as regular SMS messages, which is the most unsecure way to send a message nowadays. That's why RCS was invented. That's why Apple came out with iMessage because those messages are encrypted, just like the WhatsApp messages, Facebook messages, and Instagram and Twitter messages. They're all encrypted. So that's why exactly, you need a strong enough internet connection to send those messages. And it makes me feel like my iPhone 16 Pro is dead weight because even Red Pocket is $30 plan. It's like your plan with taxes is $30. They don't do auto pay discount because it's already cheap as it is. $30. And after I go over the 50 gigs of premium data, my speeds go down to 150 megabytes, not kilobytes, megabytes. So with 150 megabytes, I can watch HD movies unlimitedly. I can send as many messages I want on my 17 Pro. So there's a huge difference. You get what I'm saying? Because everybody, you're right. Everybody slows down, but everybody slows down to a certain amount. Like a US Mobile, US Mobile on the AT&T network is truly unlimited, and that's US Mobile, truly unlimited. So you can use, well, of course, they say truly unlimited, but it has limits. Like you can't abuse the crap and download a whole bunch of stuff. But if you're using it regularly, then you should be good. You know, the speeds they'll probably drop you down to is probably like 200 megs per second. You get what I'm saying? So like Boost needs to do something. You can't be selling like right now. You guys are selling the iPhone S20. I mean, sorry, the Ultra, that Samsung Galaxy S Ultra, which is a power hungry phone that'll go through your data with that freaking plan that you guys had, which is the one that I had, the infinite plan that only gives you 30 gigs. That's crazy, bro. That is crazy. I get truly unlimited data from Metro for $25 a month. $25 a month. That's all I pay. 25, and I get up to 35 gigs of high speed data, and then speeds may be reduced in times of congestion if the network is congested. So I get truly unlimited data. I use like 500 gigs a month, half a terabyte with Metro, because I'm getting like 300 or 400 down megs after using the 500. After using the 35 gigs. You get what I'm saying? So you're right. They do slow you down, but they don't slow you down to crawling speeds. And for you guys to be a basically postpaid slash NVNO running on the AT&T network, because you get to finance the phone through you guys, which I think is a nice gesture. But to have these high end phones, and then when the 50 gigs go down, the 40 gigs go after your 40 gigs, you guys are adding too much bloatware on these plans that people don't care about. You get what I'm saying? Like, not everybody in the United States has family overseas. So not everybody cares about global calling and this and that, because most of the Boost customers in Jersey are actually Americans. The most people that I see going into the Boost store are black and white. They're not even Hispanic. I might see a couple of Puerto Ricans, Dominicans, Guatemalans, Mexicans, and Costa Ricans and Colombians, but not as many as white and black people I see at the store. So you think that white and black people care about international roaming, or international calling, when you guys got rid of the hotspot off the plans? I remember the Boost plans used to have 10, it was 15 gigs on the $50 plan and 30 gigs of hotspot on the $60 plan. And you guys got rid of that. And that's when it was prepaid, before, Infinite and Boost became one. That's how it was. And I don't know why you guys got rid of that. And if you guys were going to do what you guys did with AT&T, you guys should have a better contract with AT&T, because it's embarrassing that Red Pocket, a company that's newer than Boost Mobile, has a better contract. Now, if you guys would have had, oh, we're going to slow you down to 150 megabytes, that's perfect. Okay, 150 megabytes, I can send all the messages I want. I could do whatever I want. But whoever, you know, um, the higher ups are listening to, they don't they don't know what the hell they're talking about. They need younger people in them conferences with the higher ups. Seriously, or they need to start watching YouTube. Like your department needs to start watching people on YouTube that know what the hell they're talking about. Because if I was up there getting paid that amount of money, I'll be telling Charlie Ergen, I'm like, look, we need to do a better deal. Let's do the 25 plan, slows down to 150 megabytes. The 50 and $60 plan only slow down on the AT&T network when the AT&T network is congested. So you get unlimited speeds, really unlimited speeds. Because now you need to understand that the verbiage for unlimited speeds nowadays in the two from 2020 and up is not, we're going to slow you down to speeds that you can't even send a message. No, unlimited speeds now are, we're going to slow you down if the network is congested. But if the network's not congested, you can use as much data as you want. Of course, as long as you're watching movies, streaming, and doing normal stuff, not downloading large files or nothing like that. And you guys need to get on board, bro, because this is bad. Like, that's why I can't recommend. I'll lose subscribers. I can't recommend nobody financing on the infinite plan. Because why? Because you guys only give 30 gigs. It's the same thing I'm paying for. So why would I want to keep paying $65 for a $30 plan that I'm paying $25 with autopay? Well, it was 60 with autopay, the $65 plan, and getting the same amount of gets when I don't need that international calling. Everybody that got that plan regretted it because it was like, bro, I don't need none of this, bro. I don't need none of this. I don't. I don't need none of this on this plan. Why did Boost Mobile do this? And then a little bit of data. You could at least, if you guys are gonna do that and force people on these infinite plans, so they could get the phones cheaper at $8 a month, then you guys should have added more gigs. Them plans should have had 50 gigs, not 30 gigs, because you're paying more and you're getting less. Because nobody really cares about these extra bells and whistles that are being put on these plans. Like seriously, you guys, Boost has really got to do something, bro. And I'm giving you guys constructive criticism. You guys are not gonna survive the next decade if you guys don't fix this. When you got smaller brands, like I said, US Mobile giving people unlimited, Red Pocket giving people unlimited, Visible from Verizon gives me truly unlimited data. I used a whole terabyte and they didn't cancel my line. A whole terabyte of data. And I get unlimited hotspot at 15 megs per second. Unlimited hotspot for $45 a month. So how can you guys compete with these carriers? And with Visible, I could finance a phone through a firm, do a 24 months or 36 months agreement. So, you guys got to do something, man. I'm serious. If not, you guys are going to go down like Sprint. Sprint doesn't exist no more. Boost Mobile's not going to. What happened to Boost, bro? Boost is a thing of the past, bro. They fell off. They kept thinking that people wanted to have kilobytes when everybody was doing megabytes after going over your allowment, your premium data, and people stopped purchasing the service. And that's ultimately what's going to happen, bro. Trust me, I'm in these Boost stores. These people complain a lot. Yo, man, what the hell? What the hell did I bought this 17 Pro Max for 1 terabyte for? And all of a sudden, my speeds go down to where I can't even send messages to my mom that has a Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra because the internet. So, oh well, I'm sorry, sir. That's the term say it. You go down to 512 kilobytes, and I'm sorry if that's not fast enough to send an RCS message, and you got to send it as an MMS, and that's the issue, bro. That's the issue. I mean, I know that's above your pay grade, but the higher ups has really got to do something about that. They better call John Spanky and renegotiate. You know, that's what this dude needs to do. Charlie Ergen, your CEO, he needs to talk to John Spanky, the CEO of AT&T. I'm like, yo, we need to renegotiate, bro. We're not gonna survive. We sold you guys all of our assets, all of our spectrum to roll out Dish Network. That's the thing in the past. Now, we sold everything to you guys. And if I would have been in Charlie Ergen's ear to sell that information, to sell them spectrum, I'd be like, look, we're gonna sell this spectrum with one condition. They got to give truly unlimited data to our customers. That's how we're going to sell this. That's got to be signed off on the FCC and the DOJ. That's part of the agreement. You guys have to be smarter, man. When AT&T was supposed to buy T-Mobile back in 2017, right? And the merger did not go through, right? The FCC blocked it because back then, uh, Joe Biden I mean, not Joe Biden. What's his name? Jesus Christ, Obama was the president, and Democrats think that's a monopoly, so they stopped it. Right? T-Mobile was slick. T-Mobile was like, "Yo, we're gonna roam on AT&T if this merger does not go through. You're gonna owe us $5 billion if the administration, the Obama administration, blocks this merger. We're gonna sign off it with lawyers. This is what's gonna go through. If this drops, you got to give us $5 billion, and on top of that, you got to give us some spectrum. You got to give us some N71. And on top of that, we get to roam on AT&T for 10 years, for a whole decade. Okay, no problem. And AT&T signed off on it. They signed off on it. And then when the merger got blocked, T-Mobile got all them assets. So that's what I'm saying. So in this situation where the FCC was forcing you guys to sell these assets to these companies, you guys should have been smarter and been like, "Yo, this is how it's going to go down. We're going to sell you this, but we're going to do the same thing T-Mobile did. Where all our plans get unlimited data. Every single one of our plans, from the $25 plan all the way to the $60 plan. Once they go over their data, they only get slowed down in times of congestion. Do you agree with that? Okay. If not, we could sell this to T-Mobile and come out with a better agreement with what's his name, with Mike Seberg. We could do a better agreement with T-Mobile and see what they could give us, more access to N41 and all that. Because your service is amazing, bro. You guys' service is amazing with T-Mobile. I already tried it. I had this line on T-Mobile at one point last year, I think in August, and I was getting over a gig with T-Mobile on Boost. But of course, imagine getting over a gig and then I only got 30 gigs. And then the way the speeds work, that Ookla takes like a whole gig to provide that gig. Yeah, I was gonna go over my data with you guys in no time. So I was like, nah, switch me to AT&T.
Yeah,
So
that's
it's,
definitely good feedback. We definitely do appreciate the time and dedication you got into to understand just the industry in general. And we would definitely take that into consideration and appreciate the feedback.
yeah, because I
Of
love,
course,
bro.
I can't make those changes,
No, I know that.
because it's not
I know it's above your pay
my
grade, but
thing, but
I'm
I can.
hoping that somebody higher up could listen to this call, bro. Seriously, because I remember having Boost when I was freaking 18, bro. I'm 43, I'm about to be 44, and I had Boost when I was 18, bro. When it was walkie talkies and it was owned by Sprint. I used to like, yo, where you at, bro? I'm over here, bro. All right, I'll be there. The walkie talkie time. So I've been loyal, wanting you guys to succeed. Seriously, I was mad when the FCC made T-Mobile sell it to Charlie, because when you guys were with T-Mobile, you guys had unlimited data. That was one of the first updates, right? When the merge went through, they let the merge of Sprint and T-Mobile go through. You guys had unlimited data that only would be slowed down in times of congestion, because at that point T-Mobile owned you guys. So if this is how was it going to go down for that, the FCC should have. I was mad at the FCC for doing that. They should have let T-Mobile keep you guys, and you guys would have been a T-Mobile carrier running on T-Mobile, slowing down only in times of congestion. And trust me, everybody would be happy. Shit, I would be happy. You guys would be just like Metro. Only when the network's congested, that's when the speeds would go down to like 25 to 30 megs. You get what I'm saying? So I just think, like I said, man, Charlie Ergen needs more people that are, that are more established with the mobile carriers, and has more experience, to be in his ear and tell him this is what needs to be done. This is what's going to help us through the next 2 or 3 decades. And what's really going to help Boost, bro, is really doing that, slowing down only in times of congestion, bro. Or do the network slicing like they do. Red Pocket does. Once you go over your 50 gigs, you're guaranteed 300 megs. Once you go over your 40 gigs on the $50 plan, you're guaranteed 200 megs. Once you go to on your 30, on your 25 30, 25 with auto pay, you're gonna get slowed down to 150 megs. Like that network slicing. You know what I'm saying? And that way people can still be happy, because 300 megs guaranteed, for the rest of the month, is still fast enough to watch, movies and stuff like that, bro. And that's what, the higher ups need to take into consideration, man, because I work for a living, bro. Hardworking citizens don't like spending money and then feel like they're getting ripped off by their service provider, because you buy this very expensive phone, like this phone. This phone was 1,500. This is a 512 that I got for you guys, and I'm paying it off to you guys. So it just, sometimes it feels like a paperweight when I go over my internet, bro, because the internet's so slow. I gotta, beg people at work, yo, bro, I need Wi-Fi. And then if the Wi-Fi at work's not working, then I gotta connect it to my Verizon line or Visible or even Red Pocket. Red Pocket gives me 10 gigs of high-speed data for free included in my plan. So you know what I'm saying? So I gotta manage to, do those things. So I just want Boost to be successful, bro. That's all. You know what I'm saying? I just want Boost to succeed. I would hate to see Boost, a company that I grew up loving and having my first walkie-talkie phone with, go away because they did not do good business practices by staying on kilobytes. Something that hardly nobody does anymore. Now they slow you down to megabytes, not kilobytes. because that's, we're about to be in 6G already. By 2029, we're going to be in 6G. So imagine 2G is going to be a thing of the past. Because I think AT&T already, took down their 2G. Yeah, they did. They told me that they took down their 2G network. So 2G for AT&T doesn't exist. So they said, when Boost Mobile slowing you down, it's because they're throttling your speeds. They're manually throttling your speeds. 2G doesn't exist anymore. They're making your speeds go that fast because AT&T been turned off 2G speeds back in like 2022. But yeah, like I said, bro, I know that's above your pay grade, but I hope somebody listens to this, bro. Like I said, I've been rooting for you guys for so many years, and I hate to see you guys, fall apart, especially now that you guys got the financing options. And another thing that I have as a suggestion, bro, they Boost needs to change this. If you're a Boost Mobile customer and like me, that I have the $25 plan, I should still be able to finance a phone. It's not fair that because I'm getting a more affordable plan, I can't finance a phone. That's not right. The financing should be across the board. If the person is buying a Boost Mobile phone, they should be able to finance it, on the $25 plan. Yeah, because bro, everybody has cheaper plans. All cell phone carriers have cheaper plans, and that's like T-Mobile not letting you finance a phone on the Essentials plan. You get what I'm saying? They would lose customers, right? Yeah, that's like Verizon not letting you upgrade your phone or finance a phone on their Smart plan, which is their cheapest plan, which is like $45 a month. You get what I'm saying? Like companies are smart. Verizon, T-Mobile, AT&T, they let you they let you finance on every plan, and that's something that you guys need to adopt. Because right now you guys are losing them customers to Cricket. Cricket came out with their own finance program. Visible came out with their own finance program. Metro now has their own finance program. So you guys are losing these customers. And Metro doesn't care. Oh, you want to get the $25 plan? Yeah, you can finance this phone on the $25 plan. You know what I'm saying? And you guys want those customers. So you guys need to change that. You guys need to make it to where, you can finance from the $25 plan to the and come out with two versions of the plan like Metro did. They have a version where you can finance the phone, and they have a version that's for BYOD only. You guys can do the same thing. Boost can copy off of Metro. Okay, well, this $25 plan with auto pay, which is 30 without auto pay, um, this plan lets you finance a phone. Just like Metro did. Metro came out with their own, BYOD, bring your own number, and then they got the one that you could bring your number, I mean, get a new number from Metro and still finance a phone. And I feel like that's something you guys should be doing. You get what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, that's all I had to say, man. Thank you so much for your help. Like I said, since you're a manager, I would love for you to dig further, whenever you can, seriously, because this needs to change with these overseas reps. They cannot be, getting mad and hanging up on people, especially when the person's already aggravated. And who's not going to be aggravated when my calls were saying call failed, call failed, call failed, call failed, call failed, call failed. That's aggravating, bro. Imagine if I got a down 911 and the call's hanging up.
Right. Well, of course, we'll definitely look into it to make sure that the coaching opportunity that they need is provided and improve our service.
Yeah, well, you enjoy the rest of your workday, bro. It's been a pleasure. Take care.
Likewise.
Thanks.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. So he was nice, but I did want to tell him that because it's true, guys. I am always on Wi-Fi on my Boost mobile phone, on my 16 Pro, because once I go over the freaking the gigs, it's a wrap, bro. It's a wrap. The phone is worthless. It's a paperweight. I can't send no iMessage. I can't send shit. And 2G doesn't exist. That's why he knows. I know what I'm talking about. The 2G doesn't exist. This is Boost Mobile manually slowing your speed down because that's the agreement they got with AT&T. That's what I was telling him. They need to come out with a new agreement with AT&T and T and be like, yo, this needs to change. This needs to change. This needs to be done. This needs to be done. And that's real talk, guys. That is real talk. Damn, I've been on the live stream for 2 hours now. I didn't curse at the rep. I was cursing because I was upset. You know what I'm saying? Because how the hell, bro? How the hell? Yo, what's your favorite carrier? Oh, T-Mobile. T-Mobile's my favorite carrier though. And my second favorite carrier is Verizon. And then I would say with AT&T is a love-hate relationship. Sometimes I love them, sometimes I hate them. I don't know. I wanted to ask you guys something, right? Guys, I was thinking about doing the unboxing of this item. You guys might be asking, what the hell is that, Alex? This is a an antenna. A new antenna that I bought on the TikTok shop, but I'm pretty sure is available. Well, now you guys don't gotta worry about it. Because the TikTok is owned by a US bank. And I'm gonna ask freaking Gemini who owns TikTok right now. Give me a second. Gemini. So you guys can feel comfortable going in there and buying. That's what I'm saying. Gemini, who owns TikTok right now?
As of March 2026, the ownership of TikTok has undergone a major shift to resolve long-standing legal and security concerns in the United States. The new ownership structure, TikTok USDS. In January 2026, a new entity called TikTok USDS Joint Venture LLC was officially formed to take over operations in the US. This move was made to comply with federal laws requiring the app to be majority American owned. The current ownership breakdown for the US entity is American and global investors, 80.1%. This group holds the majority stake. Key managing investors include Oracle, 15%, Silver Lake, 15%, MGX, Abu Dhabi based, 15%. The remaining portion is held by various investors, including Michael Dell's personal investment office and Susquehanna International Group. ByteDance, 19.9%. The original Chinese parent company retained a minority stake, keeping it just below the 20% threshold allowed by U.S. law. Key leadership and operations. Management. The U.S. venture is led by CEO Adam Presser and Chief Security Officer Will Farrell. Board of Directors. A 7-member board oversees the company, with a majority being American cybersecurity and national security experts. Data and technology. Oracle manages the cloud environment where U.S. user data is stored. While ByteDance still licenses the core algorithm to the U.S. venture, the operations are legally separated to satisfy government requirements. Global ownership. Outside of the United States, TikTok continues to be owned and operated by ByteDance Limited.
There you go. So ByteDance only has 19%, and the United States has the rest of the percentage. So now you can feel safe. But anyway, I wanted to ask you guys because I was thinking about, this channel is called Alex Raw Tech. It's tech. And this is part of tech. This is a cool little antenna that you plug to the back of your TV by USB, and it's USB Type C, and it gives you over 80 channels for free. So you're going to get NBC, you're going to get Fox, you're going to get the WB, you're going to get Univision, you're going to get Telemundo. So you're going to get a variety of like 80 channels, and this thing only costs $13 on TikTok now. So I don't know. I was thinking about unboxing it here. Definitely can unbox it on the Audio Tech channel because Audio Tech is Audio Tech. Raw Raw Tech channel. This one, I mean, Raw Audio is what I meant to say. This is part of tech because you go plug it up into the back of your TV and do all that. But sometimes I don't really like doing that because I'm not accustomed to that. And then I'll have people like, Alex, how do I get the antenna to work? It's not getting service. And I'm like, that's not what my channel is based on. My channel is more about mobile tech than anything else. But, I just wanted to know you guys' opinion if I should freaking unbox it on the channel anyway. Just, something else to unbox. Boost sucks. What? Hold on. Boost sucks or what? I mean, they're okay, bro. I wouldn't say they're that bad. It's minor things. Like I said, the internet. Well, big things. My internet not being unlimited. Most of the time, I'm getting transferred overseas, So those are those are hiccups that need to be fixed. And I'm pretty sure they sent me to the United States because I went off on that lady. You guys remember the live stream? I went off on her and I told her as you feel me what I told her that day. So I'm pretty sure she was like, screw this. They were like, screw this. Send this mother effort to the United States. You know, Shadow snoring. He's tired. hmm So it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. I'm gonna take it out of this packaging though. I just want to see what it looks like. Oh shit! You get Unimas. You get PBS HD, Fox HD, some TV something, ABC HD, Univision, hold on, HBC HD, some other channel, Telemundo. You get CW, Ion channel, and a couple of more channels. Nice looking invention. Little nice looking invention. It says it works in the United States, Mexico, Canada, and Brazil. Hmm. And this is what the little box looks like. The little antenna that gives you all them channels. So, if you miss watching, let's say the Ion, the CW, um, ABC, PBS HD, Fox, and all these other channels, this little box will definitely give you these channels. And plus, you got the Spanish channels. You got Univision, Telemundo, and Unimas. That's the Mexican. Unimas is the Mexican news channel, and my family actually likes watching that. I mean, I watch it with them too when they're watching it. And my brother loves watching Mexican movies. I sit there and watch them with him. I like Mexican movies. They got some really raw ones on. Where was it? Was it on Netflix? I think it was on Netflix. Yeah, it was on Netflix. They got some boss Mexican. I mean, you could turn it on to translate, in the bottom, but they got that. That was a boss ass action movie. It was like basically based on the first line of defense of Mexico. Like them dudes were boss. They were getting rid of the cartel members in the movie. A lot of them died, sadly, but it's a great movie. I liked it a lot. But yeah, guys, I need to eat dinner. I haven't ate nothing. This computer should be fully charged by now. Let's see. Oh no, it's at 89%. But I'm definitely gonna catch you on the next live stream tomorrow, guys. Definitely. So take care. God bless and be safe. Turn on that bell notification so you never miss none of my content. And I am definitely gonna catch you guys on the next one, guys. Thank you so much for your support and watching. Make sure you smash that like button, guys, and to the replay crew, make sure you smash that like button. And I'm gonna catch you guys on the next one. I got an interesting video for you guys. Um, I'm not gonna launch it till tomorrow. I'm speed testing the $25 plan on the Pixel 6a. I actually got also what's it called? Straight Talk on here. And I was comparing the Straight Talk. See, but it says Verizon. It doesn't say Straight Talk. I mean Straight Talk. It says Verizon. So you guys can see right there. And it's Straight Talk's $25 plan. And I was comparing it to peak times to off peak times to show you guys the difference of what kind of speeds you could expect during the day and then at nighttime. So I hardly do videos like this, so I wanted to do it. So I just want to show you. And shout out to Straight Talk because they gave me this first month for free. Shout out to them. We're updating your terms. Okay, I agree. Whatever. Continue. So there you go. It's $27 and 16 cents with taxes, of course, and it's due on the what? The 15th? It's due on the 21st of March. So I got it on the 20 something of April. I'm sorry, of February. So that's when I gotta pay this bill. So as you guys can see, this is the Straight Talk. This is the Straight Talk BYLD $25 plan. So, and it says Verizon instead of Straight Talk. It used to say track phone or home. Sorry, it said home. And now it got updated to say Verizon, which I think is awesome. Verizon owns these carriers. So I'm going to show you guys, off peak time. So around 11, I'm going to do another speed test to show you guys, off peak times are at 10 o'clock. In like 10 minutes, I'll do another speed test. Because peak time is basically I think it's like from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. At 10 o'clock at night, it's not peak time no more. So I want to show you guys the difference there. The speeds, I'm going to do different things this year. I might still unbox this thing, because I know there's going to be interesting people. I noticed a lot of people are watching me now from Mexico too, to my channel. I think instead of, making that other channel about things, I'm going to make a whole Spanish or Spanglish channel with the other channel that I have for tech, for real. Because I don't see enough tech when it comes to the mobile game in Spanish. And the tech that I do see in Spanish is from overseas. So now when my back gets back to 100%, I'm gonna be tied up seriously. Because that other channel, I'm gonna I'm gonna change it. Definitely gonna change it. And I'm gonna put like tech, but like in Spanish in that channel. And that's what it's going to be focused on. I want to speed test T-Mobile, show it to people, speed test Boost, and do it in Spanish, my native tongue, you know. And I think that channel will be successful with that. Seriously, there's a lot of Hispanics that want to know about tech. Like I said, the people here that watch me, they probably using Google Translator and stuff. Like, yo, what is this dude Alex RAwTAlk talking about? You know what I'm saying? But you got to remember, I pay attention to my analytics, and I've been seeing a lot of people from DR, Dominican Republic, watch me, Puerto Rico, Mexico, uh, Chile, Brazil, and Turkey. It's just a mixture of people. So I do want to dedicate like a Spanish speaking only um tech channel. And I'm even go live over there because, like I said, I already built up the channel. I got over 1,000 something, like 1,400 subs over there or something like that. And I'm gonna, like I said, make it a Spanish speaking tech channel. I am definitely gonna do that. I'm gonna start talking about tech in Spanish and doing live streams in Spanish. But the bad thing is that I don't know how to read Spanish. So when they comment in Spanish, I'm gonna have to take a screenshot with the iPhone, go to Google Translator. What does this say? Da 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 da. Or if I'm next to my girl, I'm gonna have to tell Babe, read this. I'm gonna have to sit her right here with the camera turned off. Well, anyway, you wouldn't be able to see her because I got this little circle. So she would sit like right here and she'll be reading my comments and be like, Babe, he said this and that because she knows how to read in Spanish. She was basically born and raised in Puerto Rico. She came over here when she was 17. So of course she's not. She knows how to read Spanish. She's already a teenager when she came over here. Yep, 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 yep. Other than that, guys, make sure you smash that like button. To the people that are bilingual on this channel, I will be dropping the channel name when I start, like freaking getting everything set up, and I will be doing that. Mhm. I'll be doing that. Now the speaker channel, the last speaker I got was this one, the Monster. Them shits are expensive, and they come from China. Little speaker costs $180. Jesus Christ, and it's small as hell. But it packs a punch. The bass is good, you know what I'm saying? So my back has been hurting, so I can't, like listen to loud music. Like, when you have a certain part of your body hurting, it's like your other senses get sensitive. So like my ear, oof, everything sounds loud as hell. Joseph, what's up, Joseph? Damn, bro, you came out. You came on the live stream late, bro. Well, I'll stay here for another 5 minutes. I'll stay till 10. Stay here for another 5 minutes. Till two hours and 20 minutes. But yeah, like I said, I gotta make more videos too on the perfume channel. I've been neglecting that channel. But guys, is that it's not easy. People think it's easy to be a content creator, but it's really not. It's like every time you're thinking about what am I gonna post today? Or should I even post today and not post tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? Like it's hard. It's not easy. Seriously. That's why being a content creator on a platform is not easy. It's not for everybody. If you get stressed easily, you'll be like, yo, bump this crap. I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? So it really depends. Really, really, really depends. Really, really depends. But yeah, guys, I'm definitely, going to do that. I want to do a Spanish tech channel. Hmm. For real. Hmm. Uh, uh, I already got the name of it and everything. Well, of course, Alex. Alex is Alex. Well, I guess the proper way, well, Alexander, but I'm not gonna put Alexander. I'm gonna put Alex. But I'm trying to kick this channel off in Spanish. Here it is. Seven, seven. What you said? $7 Bluetooth speakers. Where you seen that at? Oh, Dollar Tree. Okay, okay, my bad. Dollar Tree has a $7 Bluetooth speaker. I mean, I don't know how good it would be, broski. I get mostly all my speakers from Amazon because I like Amazon. If I don't like the speaker, I could just send the shit back because I got played. I'm mad. What's it called? AliExpress played the shit out of me. Well, not them, the seller. The seller. The speakers that I bought were expensive speakers, and that's why they say if something's too good to be true, is too good to be true. The speakers go for 350 a piece at the time that I bought them, and I got them from AliExpress at $100 each, so I paid 200 plus taxes. All right, and I was upset because they came unglued. Like the mash that covers the speaker was all unglued. I was pissed, man. I had to glue that shit myself. Then I got mad and just ripped it off. And then the speaker looked ugly naked, and I just crapped it back on. Glued it. I was like, oh my god, what did I do, man? I just spent $200 on two speakers that are like they seem to be the real ones because they are the Zealot speakers, but they were, you could say, I guess, factory defects. And this person bought them and doesn't have that in the description of the speakers. Like this person bought them and doesn't have, yo, these are factory defects. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm selling them for 100 instead of 350. And that's just catfishing people, man, with speakers. And ever since then, I haven't bought another speaker off AliExpress. Because if that would have happened with me with Amazon, Amazon would have been like, yeah, just send it back. We're gonna give you a full refund. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I mess heavy with Amazon, guys. I got the Amazon credit card. I had my Amazon Prime account since 2014, so way more than a decade. You know what I'm saying? So I mess with Amazon heavy. I love Amazon. Buy cases there, everything, everything. I bought a new mattress there for my bed. So I mess with Amazon heavy, really heavy.
Tres Doritos después.
Oh, is it? Oh shit. I want to watch these games, man. The baseball games: Puerto Rico versus Colombia versus Mexico, Dominican Republic, Brazil. Right now, it's the tournaments. Oh shit, they funny. I love watching these. I mean, these Instagram funny videos. They be funny as hell. People doing dumb shit and getting hurt. Can be really funny. I'm sure she did that shit on purpose. But yeah, guys. So it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. Mm. Got hurt. About that. I don't jump over puddles no more. I remember I hurt my back jumping over a puddle. Oh man, guys. I'm definitely glad I'm feeling better. Aw, he doesn't have it where I can save the video. Consumer Cellular has new plans that basically Xfinity mobile plans, but AT&T were some of. Yeah, Consumer Cellular got new plans. Let me see. Keep saying I'm gonna stop this live stream, but I'm still here. It's crazy. Hold on. ConsumerCellular.com. Mm-mm. What the hell cell phone company is that? That's crazy. I never seen that cell phone company. New cell phone companies are springing out of nowhere. Okay, let's take a look at Consumer Cellular. This used to be Joseph's company. I remember before he left to Xfinity Mobile. They got the BYOD. They got all the new phones too. Let's look at the plans. Consumer Cellular plans. $25 for 5 gigs. Eesh. $35 for 10 gigs. Oof. $45 for 20 gigs. $60 for unlimited. And $35 for unlimited for one line requires for you to be 50 years old. Mailanta. Okay, so that's good. This one requires for you to be older. What's included? Unlimited talk and text, cellular data share for multiple accounts. Okay. Oh, that makes no sense because it's a single line. Mobile hotspot, premium nationwide coverage, 5G access at no extra cost, Paperless billing. It's an auto bill payment, customer service, free calls to Mexico and Canada. Okay. Let's see this one. Let's see this one. But it doesn't tell you how unlimited these plans are. You get what I'm saying? Like it's not letting you know. Like, after 50 gigs, after 60 gigs, you might see slower speeds. It's not. Okay, here we go. This is what I want to look at. Speeds. This plan includes 5 gigs. Okay, right here it says for unlimited plans, single line are reduced after 35 gigs and 50 gigs at for plus speeds reduce when the data limit is restricted. What? On smart flex enable? Oh, okay, whatever. That's really confusing. Let me just wait till I get. Okay, so this is the 45 and $35 plan. It's not saying. Oh yeah, 10 gigs. My bad. 10 gigs. Mm. Okay, so this is what I want to look at right here. Okay, this one right here. See, this one says data included with monthly price for most unlimited plans. Single lines data are reduced after 35 gigs. So that means you get slower speeds. And multi-line at 50 gigs for other plans, speeds reduce when the data allotment is reached. Till Smart Flex is available, auto update and next high speed. What the fudge? This is really confusing, man. Consumer Cellular, you need to make your verbiage more understandable. 50 gigs of high speed data are reduced when data limit are reached. Till, hold on, two on a rate limited plan where Smart Flex. Yeah, yeah, you guys need to stop this shit. It's either you go down to 512 or your speeds are reduced in times of congestion. Like be more direct, bro. Be way more direct. And I hate that. I hate when carriers are not like, direct on their verbiage for their stuff. Seriously. But $35, I guess is not is very affordable. And Consumer Cellular runs on the AT&T network. And they got all the new phones. $14 a month for the Google Pixel 10a. $7 a month for the Moto G Power 2025. Yeah, Consumer Cellular is just expensive, guys. I don't. To me, Consumer Cellular has always been expensive. I can't wait to see what deal Metro's gonna give you on the iPhone 17e. And it shows like a SIM card slot right here. That's crazy. I'm about to ask Gemini. Let me find out they bring the SIM card slot back to the 17e. That's crazy. Gemini, does the iPhone 6 17e have a SIM card slot?
It seems that some models, like those for the US market, might be eSIM only, while other variants may have a physical SIM slot. Are you looking for information for a specific region?
Well, I'm looking at the US version right now that Metro's promoting it, right? And it shows the iPhone 17e with a SIM card slot.
It looks like the US version of the iPhone 17e might be eSIM only, consistent with previous models.
Yeah, then I don't understand this picture from Metro by T-Mobile because it shows it having a SIM card slot.
That is confusing. It's possible the image might be a generic one or represent a global version of the device. For the most accurate information for Metro by T-Mobile regarding the iPhone 17e, it might be best to directly check their
Check their what? I'm sorry.
I said you might want to check their official website or contact their customer service to be sure about the SIM card slot situation. Did that make sense?
Yeah, but I am on their website. This is their website, not a third party website. This is metrobytmobile.com.
I understand. It's really frustrating when different information is presented. Given that you're seeing a SIM card slot on the Metro by T-Mobile website, it's possible their specific version or promotion differs. The best way to confirm for sure might be to contact them directly or check in store if possible.
Yeah, I know customer care is not going to have no information. I'll just wait till the 11th it comes out. They might update it with the new images that doesn't show a SIM card slot.
Waiting until the launch might be a good approach. The official details and potentially updated images will likely be clearer
Hello.
then.
Yeah, why?
Hello?
All right. Bye. The Scream movie? Yeah. All right. Bye. Well, guys, I'm going to have to finish the live stream. It's already, what, 10 o'clock at night over here? Hell yeah. And I got to get some rest. So, guys, I'll do another live stream tomorrow. Damn, I've been on here for 2 hours and 33 minutes. I haven't done this in a while. So, I'm definitely going to catch you guys on a live stream tomorrow around the same time. So, take care. God bless and be safe, guys. Make sure you turn on that bell notifications so you never miss out on my content. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. Make sure to smash that like button to replay crew as well. You already, guys. Take care. God bless and be safe. And thank you so much for your support and watching. Deuces, guys.